right, here we go.
But it doesn't really
We
work.
are live on Thanksgiving Day. This is Trinity School Discussions. My name is Luke, and we got a timer going off. It's
that was Max.
8:28. What does that mean?
It's 8:30.
Oh, it's 8:30.
It's 8:30.
Time to brush your teeth.
No.
All right, it's
I haven't
8:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day. I'm here with my 3 sons. This is a Trinity School activity. We have really cool microphones now. We had somebody donate to help us do this at a higher quality, and we're excited about the progress we're making. Let's see. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Charlie?
I'll go first. I am Charlie. I am Luke's 3rd son, and I have a better mic than my brothers.
And he's talking in a super silky voice.
Yeah.
Because he's the one with the headphones on, so he can actually hear.
Yeah.
All right.
I can hear everyone.
Who else we got?
My name is Max Zedwick, and I am my father's 2nd son. Also, I have one of these things. I forgot what it's called.
It's called a
but
pop
now
mic
it's his turn.
or pop filter.
Yeah. So I'm Jude. I'm the 1st son because everyone else is saying it, and that's it.
And this is Oma.
Very
over
boring
here.
child.
Alma's the best Alma.
Alma is the
You
best.
should be on the live. You should be
Alma is
on
the
the
best
live
Alma.
feed on Facebook.
Alma, you can get a chair.
Yeah. Wait, Oma, you should pull up the live feed.
You
Yeah.
could be,
Yeah.
well, too late.
Yeah,
You're already
that's-
in it.
It's too
All
bad.
right, there goes
All right,
Oma
I'm gonna put back on the
Back upstairs.
headphones so they can talk in a
We're-
really
we're here
silky
at,
voice.
at our family's house, right?
Yes.
All right, so question number 1. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1 is, what is the hardest part about being a teenager?
I'm not a teenager, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Okay, Charlie's exempt from
I'm
this
a
question.
tweenager.
He also has no hard things in his life, no difficulties at all.
Definitely not.
All right, Max, how about you?
First thing I thought of was talking to girls.
I thought you were
Or
able to do
girls
that. Now. I
not
thought you were
talking
good
to
at that.
you.
That's what I heard.
Getting better. The second thing would probably be homework, especially when teachers aren't entirely the best at keeping up. But I don't have to do
Wait,
it
I'm your
all
only
now.
teacher right now, dude. What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say,
Well,
Max?
See, if you paid attention to my second sentence, I said,
You
well, I don't
understand
have
you're
to
in
worry
the
with
live feed right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, because the camera's coming right to Max and you.
She's trying
Yeah.
to hide.
Hi, Max.
Okay.
Hi, Oma.
Let's see, I don't think it sees Oma. I think that one sees Oma. I think it sees her legs.
Jude, what do you got?
Yeah, I think we can see the stairways.
I don't know.
Jude's got no troubles.
No troubles at all. How about annoying little brothers?
That has nothing to do with being a teenager. You are a constant in my life.
Thank you.
Other teenagers, probably.
Can you be more specific?
Like,
Not specific with names, right?
it's like everyone else. It's as like you've got your crap. How do you put puberty? There you go.
Puberty.
There's a lot of things that happen during puberty. So there's a lot of people who are like just kind of crazy because of it.
Don't blame puberty for people just being crazy.
Well, I mean, like,
So there's a
teenagers go into
lot of
puberty.
teenagers I know who, whenever I'm around them, we're gonna blame it on puberty. They are insane.
Oh, no,
And being
that's
around them is
definitely
horrible.
not puberty.
What is
So-
this? You guys are using the word insane. I don't. Do you mean
Crazy.
that they are excitable? Do you mean that they are anxious, depressed?
No, they just do stupid things for no reason. Like they've got a lot of energy, so they just
So impulsive.
yeah. Sure.
Yes. Impulsive behavior.
I see.
That's
I see.
I'm not saying I'm not that way sometimes.
It's more than just sometimes. No.
Is it what I notice about teenagers is that they're more easily upset in this time of their life than they might be at other times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
I have another struggle of being a teenager.
What's
Okay,
that?
what is it?
For some reason, I'm a lot more intelligent than all my friends.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you mean arrogant?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
That's also
Yeah.
involved.
Oh my gosh, I'm a lot more intelligent than my friends.
Okay.
You understand some of your friends are gonna hear this, right?
Oof.
Yeah,
I know.
it's going onto a public Facebook page.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Some of
Well,
your
they don't
friends'
use Facebook.
parents are gonna.
Yeah.
Some of your friends' parents are gonna see this, and then they're.
Charlie, would you switch the power cord into the lower phone?
Yes.
Okay, so
Well, this is going well.
when
Oh,
such
right.
people are upset, when you get upset, what do you do with it? So Charlie and I watched a video this morning about dopamine, right?
Yes.
And it was talking about the dopamine is this neurotransmitter, which I don't actually know what that means. Neuro means brain, and transmit something about brain signals, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's the hormone inside your brain that makes you anticipate or want to do things.
Right. So
Right.
like video games.
So yeah, like
Yeah, I
when
was-
you're feeling something and then you think, or when you're bored or whatever, and you think, I want to
Okay.
go watch videos. I want to, etc.
So with dopamine, a lot of YouTubers use dopamine like
Like a drug. They take it.
no, they make you like have dopamine so that you watch further into the video.
Okay, so they
say
they make it exciting. They make you anticipate.
yeah.
Or they
They say just wait for this next part in the video. So keep on
Oh,
watching.
So that
to find-
anticipation
yeah.
kind of feeling. I
builds
see.
and that makes you want to finish the video.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure
They get their views.
dopamine activates certain brain. What are they called again?
Neurons.
Cells,
Yes, neurons.
neurons.
Jude's watched as much YouTube on the brain as I have.
I
Only remembers it.
Don't
It's,
watch YouTube
um,
on the brain.
triggers those so that you have certain feelings and wants.
So the video we watched, Charlie and I, this morning, was about somebody who was trying to reset their dopamine receptors.
Is it-
So essentially, my understanding, which is pretty limited, is that you have a certain amount of sensitivity in your brain to the dopamine, and when you're constantly kicking that hormone on, your brain becomes less sensitive over time, which makes you more easily bored and makes you crave short-term excitement more.
So
Does that sound right, Charlie? Am I getting that right from what we
Yeah.
watched? So what he did is he said, okay, no more social media, no more YouTube, no more podcasts. He cut out all the things that he would crave almost. I mean, he would still eat normal things and sleep, but it was like he was trying to turn down the volume on all of the things he did.
So he also turned down the amount of like food that he ate. So, well, not the amount of food, the types of food that he ate.
So like less sugar.
Like
I remember
junk
that part.
food, stuff
Okay.
like that.
That would make sense because that's something you would definitely crave, right?
Yeah.
And his goal was to be able to clear up his brain, and he actually had somebody scan his brain and showed that his ability to focus and stay calm was improved after just a week
Yeah.
of doing all this.
I wonder how this is gonna sound in the once it's posted on the
With new audio
Facebooks.
or the
With the
topic.
new
No,
audio.
that's not the topic we're talking about. Stay focused. So the question is, do you guys think that our dopamine receptors have become desensitized and that we are more anxious and easily irritated and unable to focus
Yes.
based on
absolutely.
the amount of YouTube and video games we ingest?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, if you guys kick me off video games, I'm definitely a lot more calm, and I think that is the same with my brothers.
Maybe not immediately.
So we should
Yeah.
throw away all the video games.
No, definitely not.
I think that I.
If you think that we
I
should
see.
throw away all our video games, then why don't you throw out your iPad?
Well, I was thinking about the same thing for me. It's like, what's the dopamine that I chase, you know? And it's some of the same stuff you guys do, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Big news.
little videos and news, yeah, all that stuff.
Instagrams.
Instagram, debates. What's someone gonna say?
Arguing on Facebook.
So what what
What's
can we
one
do
plus
about it?
one?
Jude, what do you think?
I mean, like as a regular or like just to try it, like.
Well, so what he did is he took a week and kind of made this adjustment, but he also talked about wanting to change his habits overall to put more restrictions on
Change your
himself.
schedule so that you're less. So
I think the amount of
some of what we tried to do before we were homeschooling was we would do video games on weekdays, right?
yeah,
But
and
because we're doing all our school on our Chromebooks, it's still like we're still using electronics, and you still kind of get that.
Yeah,
So
I did block YouTube on the Chromebooks.
yes, you
Did
did.
that make a difference?
Oh,
It didn't
it
work.
didn't work for Jude's.
or yours.
No, it did.
Oh no, you were watching Twitch.
So
so more things to
I found
block.
that when I was not on YouTube or when I didn't even have access to it,
Mm-hmm.
it's way more focused. It's a lot easier to get my work done quickly because I'm
Yeah.
not distracted, and I can focus easier.
It's kind of like in that week where I just didn't do it
Right.
super well.
Well, so what you guys are describing is like putting up a boundary. And I do this for
Yeah.
myself too, where it's like, okay, I'm not going to do this for this time. And it's giving myself a rule, which is kind of silly to think about because rules are what other people give you. And that does show up in the sound when you touch that, just so you know. But just making that rule for myself helps me to stay focused. So if you guys want, we could set up, because especially the Chromebooks, they're meant to be something that we all do just for school. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And so if we set those up with pulling out all the entertainment pursuits.
We could make it so it's just not like that's all it's good for.
Right.
With, like, you could do the application that you installed, the extension, the waste no time thing.
Yeah, there's a Chrome extension called that.
Yeah, and then you could add more things onto the block list.
Well, just with parental settings, you can change some of that stuff. It's funny
Yeah.
because I was looking at some other, I don't know what it was, who it was made by, but there were a bunch of other, like, restricting apps and stuff.
And then,
And there were some, like, 300,000 reviews, and over, like, 90% of them were all from teenagers or, like, kids from the age of, like, 10 and up to, like, 18 who were complaining because their parents had too much control of their device usage.
Right.
And then all the rest of the reviews, there was like one review from a kid who was like, oh, it works fine, so I'm not distracted all the time. And the rest were 5-star reviews from parents who were like, this works really well.
Yeah.
Don't-
Well, so
It's just,
back to this dopamine idea, one of the things I noticed is that his level of anxiety, like his ability to calm down, was improved.
yeah.
And I think part of that is that when we're feeling upset, if we're feeling an emotion, a negative emotion of some kind, right? Bored, lonely, sad, angry, that we jump into something to kind of push that emotion away,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
to distract ourselves or to numb that feeling.
numb the pain.
Yeah. And so part of what he was doing was like journaling and focus and like actually just feeling the feeling. And that got me curious to think, how many of my feelings do I just push away? And then it's like, I just feel a pressure that I don't even know where it came from because I forgot what caused the feeling, but I still like feel it in my emotions, in my
Well,
body.
writing about it really helps.
Max, what do you think?
About the whole
Like
not-
processing emotions. What do you do when you're feeling? What was the list? Angry, sad, lonely,
Anxious.
anxious. How do you process it?
normally just escape, wait for it to go away, and then move on.
So when you say escape, distract yourself, or escape as in just like change rooms, walk to somewhere else?
Change rooms.
And is that just because there's something that's causing the feeling, or and so you just walk away from that?
Or like a conflict with one of me or Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Sometimes it follows you.
It or they.
Or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
quite literally follows you.
Yes. Sometimes, what I do to like get away from those feelings, because, like, sometimes I'm like stressed out either because of like schoolwork, like on online school. I was really stressed out about schoolwork, and then sometimes my brothers are just being generally annoying. So sometimes what I do is I will grab my phone and listen to either music or an audiobook for a little while.
And do you think that's a dopamine replacement for following, like actually feeling, or do you think it's a healthy retreat?
I think that it's a dopamine replacement.
Hmm.
Even if I've already listened to the books, I still want to listen to them again and again and again because they're just good books.
I mean, how many times
And-
have we listened to like Harry Potter?
Oh my gosh, way too
A
many.
few times.
I've listened to I've listened to the first book at least 30 times.
Whoa.
So you could just tell us the entire book right now, huh?
Basically.
Okay, so last question. Max, you and I were talking about putting your mind to things, and that's something you're learning to do. Can you tell us about that, and what are you learning?
Like, if this is one of the few times that I've like really put my mind to something and just decided I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, can you talk about what that was?
I was constantly like, say, Charlie was doing something that I considered stupid. I would react in a way that would make him stop, or at least attempt to. Charlie.
Like, you just made me stop what I was saying. Like pointing your Nerf gun at me or stuff like that.
So talk about your process, Max,
But
rather than you guys bringing up bitterness that you're carrying around. Thank you, Charlie.
like today or yesterday, Dad said that I needed to stop doing this, and I was like, "You're gonna stop doing this because you have to." And I'm like, "Okay, do it." And
So
I did.
you put your mind to it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it worked. It's working right now.
Have any of you other boys been able to do that before?
Like, say, I'm not going to freak out over this, or like,
Just putting your mind to it, like saying, okay, this is where I need to go. And like, there's this clarity that you get sometimes where you have made a decision that's different from that, like, oh, I should do that. You know,
Yeah.
where this is, I call it, I've heard it called a quality decision.
Yeah, like, a couple days ago, when we were found, in the YouTubes, I wanted to stop, so I tried to put my mind to it, and so far I've succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the restriction helps a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you've got goals, it's really nice to just focus on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Alma.
Omen's got a sound effect on her phone. I bet you could.
Yeah.
Put it on silent, it might.
So, what was I going to add to that?
Put down your notes.
I don't remember.
You're going to hear Max.
You're
in the mic,
tired.
just-
Putting your mind to things. One of the thoughts I have is that the times when I get sideways in life, and that leads to anxiety, and it leads to speeding up and overdoing things and getting exhausted and frustrated with people, it almost always starts when you forget your priorities.
Yeah.
What is it you're actually aiming for? And so if your aim is just to be comfortable and have fun, well, you're going to avoid a lot of the things that you need to do. So maybe that's the real question, is putting your mind to it the same thing as just saying, I know my priorities, I'm going to focus on them?
Yeah. And if not, you should find out what your priorities are.
Well,
Make
that's,
some
yeah,
goals.
that's required, right? If you're going to have priorities, you're going to need that. Cool.
Well, that makes it easier to make goals and figure things out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point. Get better.
All right. Any parting thoughts before I wrap this up, boys?
Nope.
You could work on
Actually-
the flow between questions, but other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could watch it back and see how it looks. All right, so this is an activity of the Trinity School, which is something you can find out more about at lukezedwick.com/Trinity School. We are trying to reinvent what it means to be in school, both with some traditional discussion methods like you see here, and also with some cutting-edge technology. We're using a tutoring model to support parents who want to homeschool their kids and maybe want to enrich that education, either with once a week or multiple times a week. We have 4 main classes: writing about books, math, Spanish, and practical sciences. And this is sort of an expression of the practical sciences. One of the units we do in that is persuasion. and we're trying to learn how to get our message out, how to be part of a conversation that shapes culture everywhere we go. So with that, we will sign off and see you next time for the Trinity School discussions. Have a great Thanksgiving.